Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today unfortunately we have a very disappointing video as it regarding Harry Kane's future, and he has effectively come out and said that he wants to leave Tottenham Hotspur. Now of course these comments do follow news which came out of his desire to leave, and now he's basically gone public saying that he wants to discuss his future with the club, and it does sound like Harry Kane will want to leave Tottenham Hotspur. So here's what Harry Kane has said. So he says, there's definitely a conversation to be had with the club. It's a moment in my career where I have to kind of reflect and see where I'm at and have a good, honest conversation with the chairman. As players, you don't know what the chairman is thinking. He might be wanting to sell me. He might be thinking, if I get £100 million, then why not? I'm not going to be worth that for the next 2 or 3 years. He says, I'm sure that Levy will want to set up a plan of where he sees me, but ultimately it's going to be down to me and how I feel what's going to be best for my career at this moment in time. I don't want to have to come to the end of my career and have any regrets. I want to be the best that I can be. I've said before, and I'd never say that I'd stay at Spurs the rest of my career, and I'd never say that I would leave Spurs. Now, of course, with these comments and the news breaking over the last couple of days that Harry Kane wishes to leave Tottenham Hotspur, this very much feels like his representatives and him trying to push for that move. And the big thing about this story is that the power is totally with Tottenham Hotspur. In 2018, Harry Kane signed a contract, a 6-year contract, and that has 3 years left to run on it. So he's a Tottenham Hotspur player, and he's, it's the ball's totally in Tottenham Hotspur's court. So it's going to be wait to see whether clubs are going to come in with the right sort of offer. And then it'll be very interesting to see what Tottenham Hotspur do with that sort of offer. With Harry Kane, we're looking at a fee of around about £150 million. That's what's been reported. So we'll have to wait and see whether clubs are willing to sort of offer that money. So, it's going to be an interesting story to see how it develops. Now, of course, the question will be, where else would he go? For me, I think there's only 2 possible destinations where Harry Kane will realistically end up, and those are both Manchester clubs. I think that Manchester City is by far the most likely club where Harry Kane will be. However, I do think that totally depends on Erling Haaland and whether he'll be available this summer. I think it is becoming clear that Haaland probably won't be leaving Dortmund this summer. So potentially Manchester City will be looking for a striker, and they'll be looking elsewhere. And they might look at Harry Kane and think, well, he can offer us 3 or 4 more good years at the very top. So he's worth investing that sort of money in. So I think Manchester City are definitely the most likely destination for Harry Kane. And Manchester United, I do think they're a lot less likely to sign Harry Kane than Manchester City are. I think that Manchester United do have the financial power to bring him to the club. But I think even though Kane does want to be playing Champions League football, I'm not quite sure they're at that level that Harry Kane's going to want to go and win the biggest prizes. I don't think they're quite there yet. So I'm not sure that's a move that will happen. I think Chelsea, that's not going to happen at all. Spurs will not sell to Chelsea, and I don't think Harry Kane will move to Chelsea either. So I think Chelsea are definitely ruled off the table. The 2 Spanish clubs, the 2 big Spanish clubs, Real Madrid and Barcelona, they're definitely off the table as well, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to have the finances to bring Harry Kane to the club and offer that huge sum of money that Daniel Levy is going to want. That of course they were both driving the Super League, and they desperately need money. La Liga has been very badly hit by the COVID pandemic, so they're not going to have the sort of finances to bring Harry Kane to the club. So for me, I think if he's going to end up anywhere, I think the most likely destination by far is Manchester City. Now, my opinion on whether Spurs should sell Harry Kane or not, obviously a very, very difficult situation. I would love for Harry Kane to stay at Tottenham Hotspur and be playing with us next season. However, if you look at the comments, you look how hard he is pushing for this move. I do think maybe it's best to kind of move Harry Kane on and take the £150 million with this fantastic offer that may come in. As we know, we're in a very, very difficult situation on the pitch. We have been for a number of years now, where the squad does need a massive overhaul. And we know the way the club is run in terms of spending what they get, what they make. So receiving £150 million, it would allow us to do that. It would allow us to go and rebuild this team in the areas that we need. Currently, even with Harry Kane on the pitch, we are seriously struggling. So maybe, having a better, well-rounded squad instead of having a fantastic striker up front, maybe that would be the best way for Spurs to move forward. There is a desperate need for a big rebuild. And if a player is desperate to leave, like Harry Kane is, then maybe it's best to move him on. Of course, the question would be, do you trust Spurs to go and reinvest that money properly? I think if you look at a lot of the investments that we've made over recent years, the investment or the recruitment has been very poor. So you worry whether Spurs getting £150 million for their best player, are they going to go and spend that in the right way? I think you'd be totally fair in saying you wouldn't trust the club to go and spend it. So maybe that's definitely a kind of a caveat in saying that, I'd be happy to take £150 million because I don't trust the club to go and invest it in the right way. So it's a horrible situation that we find ourselves in with our best player wanting to leave. But you know, we'll have to wait and see what happens. And as I said, will that bid come in? Will Daniel Levy decide to accept it if it does come in? And I know that we're definitely in for a long summer with Harry Kane being the big focus of it. So let's see what happens with Harry Kane. Thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know what you think Harry Kane's going to do this summer and whether you think he'll leave the club or not. If you did enjoy the video, please subscribe to my channel. And as always, come on, you Spurs.